Hello everyone, this is part 6 of HuWn Wanderer coming at ya. We're in Swamp, Swamp 2. A couple more floors, we'll grab our Swamp rune, that's the plan anyway. And then we'll be heading for our second rune, which in this game is the Snake Pit. Cool. Things that happened last time, we made it to full Rue Piety, which is pretty nice. If you have a look at the sacrifices we made, most of these are pretty, I don't want to say not a big deal, but they're not a big deal. We gave up some dex, some strength. We gave up the stealth skill, which I never train anyway. We lost a couple of levels, not a big deal. And also the ability to use evocations. But if you've watched me before, I never use my evocations anyway. So, free piety, am I right? Just as far as our skills go, we're very nearly at our staves min delay for this larger tank. We've also got our fireball quite castable. As soon as this ticks over to 9, we'll chuck fire magic off. And then we want to start training some summoning skill to get Spellforge Servitor going. That's the plan. Let's get on with it. Swamp 3. Here are some greeting monsters. Keep spellcasting going. I've got to make a really conscious effort to do this because I never remember, but got to use the regen spell. Got a macro for it and everything. So it's just a matter of remembering to hit that button. Here we go, regen. Did it. Alright. Yeah. As long as they don't combine, they're fine. Fire magic to 9. Turn it off. Our fireball's at 6%. That's pretty good. Speaking of which, I should use it. There we go. Means we can kill stuff at ranged. And in AoE. Fantastic. Cool. Shambling Mangrove. How afraid of that am I? Not hugely. Yeah. All fine. Alright. Okay. So we're in kind of a sketchy spot with the Spriggan Druid. Okay, good. Yeah, I wanted to get off the trees. Although I'm in water now, and we're actually dying here. It was kind of just a rough place because we had the trees zerked, and there's kind of no tile where we could get off the trees. And now the issue is that even if I kill the Spriggan Druid, this Hydra is going to get mited, and then we're going to be fighting a mited Hydra when we're on at best 78 health. I think we just apocalypse them. Bam. Did not kill the Hydra though, that's a bit of a worry. It is slow though. It's a mited slowed Hydra. I can go down one. The problem is, even if I run across here, it's water, so the Hydra will move faster in water, so I don't think I can stay away from it like that. So what do? It's 8-headed. Even slowed, I'm pretty sure an 8-headed Hydra can kill us when it's mited. We've only got 1 fear. We've got 4 scrolls of blinking. I think this might just be a time we blink. And do I go down? The problem with going up is that our apocalypse just made a lot of noise. So there might be other things coming. So I think I go down and we get a couple of fireball chances. Alright, good. Let's eat. Cast our regen, which I'm very vigilantly remembering to cast. Alright, we're good. So we're down to 3 blinking scrolls. That's okay. That situation, it probably didn't look quite so bad. I mean, I still had more than half HP, but it's one of those times where it's just worth not risking it, I would say. That is a lot of insubstantial wisps. I'd rather just go back to this hallway and we can fight them one at a time. Not that an individual wisp is very dangerous, but when you have 8 of them all electrocuting you, like this, cast your regen. Alright, we're good. I feel bad every time I make a forest fire. New stuff. Conjuration. This would boost the power of our fireballs. The truth is that I think I'm probably too lazy to keep switching between the staff and the ledger tank. Also, now that I have a ranged spell, I think it's worth dropping the short bow and the arrows. So with backslash, we'll go to the auto pickup menu and we'll turn off arrows. Ah, they're already off, okay. Well, in that case, fine, let's pick up the Staff of Conjuration. Fine, we'll put it on A, so we can pretend that it was the bow, and then we can fireball things from ranged. I don't know, we'll see how this goes. I suspect I'm going to be too lazy, but you see when I do that, you feel a surge of power. If you have a 2 school spell, or multiple spell school actually, as long as your staff is from one of those schools, you'll get the bonus. So Fireball is fire and conjuration. If you have either one of those 2 staves, it will increase it. If you have Mephitic Cloud, any one of those 3 will increase the power. Let's go. Staves to 14. Hey, the bonus of killing the Hydras with the Fireball is that when we animate their skeletons, they don't just have one head. So 14 skill is the min delay for our... Oh, because I'm drained a bit. Okay. So we're at the min delay for our ledger tank. Can turn that off. We're not going to need to train any more weapon skill for this game. A ledger tank is very powerful, and for only 14 skill, it's a bit of a bargain. So I think that would be a melee weapon, as in that's it for the game. So now we're going to focus on our defenses and getting some more powerful conjurations going. So what do here? I think we turn on summonings and probably focus it. I'm going to leave conjurations on. Spellforge Servitors still use conjurations, as does Orb of Destruction and Iron Shot. And then that's a lot of things already. I was thinking if maybe I wanted to turn dodging on. I do. I want to focus fighting as well, but that's too much. Can't do all those things. Alright. We've also got a Staff of Wizardry, so we can use that to help us cast Spellforged, but we're going to need a little bit more skill before we do that. Right. Okay, on to Swamp 4. It's our end floor. We'll see which variety of swamp we get. Any of the elemental ones would be pretty good for us. We've got very good resistances with this ledger tank. Ah, there you go, called it. We've got the ice one. So we've got, by default, we've got 2 points of RC, but we can get another point of RC if we just take off this Ring of Wizardry. But the spoonerism's happening again. Oh man. You see, you get a snapshot there of how much damage Simulacrum do. If you're on this Swamp 4 and you get the ice themed ending and you do not have RC at all, you need to leave. You can't do this. Even with 2 points of RC there, I took 1 round of attacks and lost a very significant chunk of health. And that's with 2 points of RC. I think we get all 3. Have a look. Without Wizardry, our Fireball's at 12%. I can use the Staff of Wizardry. That's probably better. No. I think we just put the Ring of Wizardry back on. We'll go with 2 points. And we'll use our Staff of Conjuration. These Simulacrum are vulnerable to fire. Susceptible to fire. So if I just shoot them from range with Fireball, they should all pretty much just die. Yeah, look at that. The value. That's a lot of Freezing Race. I was hoping I could get both, but no. Okay, cast our regen. Here comes an Ice Dragon and a bunch of different things. How afraid am I? Can I make a choke point where we put there? Okay, the plan here is to put down a choke point and put down a Conjure Flame. We just got slowed, okay, so this isn't going to happen. Alright, let's cast our regen. This is really scary. I don't know why I went to look at my wands, but that was not going to happen. This would be a good time to put down a Wand of Clouds, but yeah, when you sacrifice your clouds, that's not a thing. If I really wanted to, we could draw out power to get rid of this slow, but then we'd lose access to Apocalypse or Power Leap. The slow's not a big deal when it's just a Freezing Wraith. Or is it? Probably not. Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay, good. So we can put down the Conjure Flame. And this stuff is Simulacra. They're zombies. They're really dumb. So they will walk into this fire and just die. Although this Ice Dragon's probably smarter. And then I think if he shoots Cold Breath from there at us, he'll actually just extinguish it, which is pretty clever. Let's see. Yeah, he did. He breathes frost at you. You hear a sizzling sound. That's clever. Okay, well, we can fight an Ice Dragon. We've got an Ice Dragon Scales. That's interesting. I'd like to check that out. For each level 18, our base attribute is 9 strength. Yep, that's our armor. Let's go more in. And we didn't get a natural one. Okay, that's right. Okay, Ice Dragon Scales are pretty good, generally. They have more base armor than Fire Dragon Scales does. An extra GDR. We're dying to this. This Ghost Crab. I think that's okay. Oh man, it's really not okay. Okay, it's okay. I want to do my regen spell though. There we go. Okay, got him. I wanted to be in a spot where I could hit him directly without having to stand in the water. That's an Azure Jelly. Is he vulnerable to fire? He's susceptible to fire too. So I'll put... How did that... Oh, okay. Bruce attacks directed it because the Simulacra just died and I was confused, but here. It bit itself 5 times in a row. Thank you, Rue. Let's see if this Azure Jelly will come onto the fire. If not, we can just fireball it. He will. Okay. Cool. Summoning Satu. Okay. So, as I was trying to say before I was rudely interrupted by all these monsters, Ice Dragon Scales is better than Fire Dragon Scales in terms of its armor stats. The issue is that it gives you RF minus, and RF minus is something you really want to have. Let's check it out though just for this level. So a 2614, which is 40 total, 2511, it's 36. Makes our spells worse because it's a bit heavier. Gives us full RC, so no, we're not going to do that. If we were lacking RC, I might do that, but we have 2 points of it already, and we can get 3 if we just put on a. There's another Zoo Jelly. It's got to go through here, I think, to get to us. Yep. Conjure Flame, the level 3 spell in your Wizard starting book, or Fire Elemental starting book, still proving really useful here in Swamp. It's another one of those really good utility spells that, I don't know, you sort of get over it because you stop being vigilant enough to use it, but it's still really good. I do not want the Shambling Mangrove to get to us, so I'm going to go back upstairs. Let's heal up, we'll use our regen and then we'll fight him. And I don't want to fight him with the worms either. At least one of them we can get rid of. Let's try not to get paralyzed, I say, as we get paralyzed. We're now slowed. Yeah, we're okay. That's a Shambling Mangrove for you though. They hit really hard. If you lose most of your HP and then it's still alive with all the hornets that can potentially paralyze you, not a good time. AoE feels good. And again. What's our Simulacrum? Spellforge looks like 98. Yeah, it's gonna be a while before we can cast that. Ticked out to the steam. We're starving, gonna need to eat. Okay, and out of mana. This is not good. This is really not good. Okay, so we're at 60 HP. We have the mana to heal. I think that's what I want to do here. Okay, gives us back mana and health. Alright. And now, is this any better? Can fireball these guys? Yeah, this is better. Cool. Again though, forgetting my regen. Alright. Draw Out Power is a pretty good ability. I don't use it as much as I used to. When I first played Rue, I'd always just spam it as a heal. I'd be like, Apocalypse? Who needs Apocalypse? You have a free heal every fight. I mean, that's true. And it works, it's pretty good. But, yeah, I probably don't use it now as much as I should. The stat drain, or the experience drain you get from Draw Out Power is pretty low. So you can kind of spam it. Don't go too crazy though. If you actually spam it every fight, you'll get pretty drained. But, okay, cool. So we stepped in a Zot Trap. That was probably something we could have played around with if we were a bit more careful. And it looks like everything in this floor already filtered out of here. Normally by the time you come in, you're fighting all the dragons and stuff in here. I guess we used Apocalypse. Makes a lot of noise. This room was literally empty. Fancy that. There's our first rune though, that's cool. We struggle here with our exclusions to get through. And again. Alright, cool. So that's our first rune. We've got the Decaying Rune of Zot. Time to head into the Snake Pit. Main things you want for the snake pit are poison, which we have. The other thing you really want is Arlek for shock serpents. But that's a quote unquote luxury resource, so that's not happening. Potions of resistance, we've got 2. Is it worth picking up this other one now? No, we'll be okay. If we run out, we'll come get some. I'm checking my might potions, we've got 4, okay. So I'm happy to head into Snake. Thank you, Fireball. You were very useful in here. Okay, as a Thorn Hunter. It's susceptible to fire, so as it approaches, it gets pretty owned by Fireball. And then, of course, we've got a Flaming Lajatang. Not so scary now. When I was looking at the shopping list here, we have these spells. We could go get Ogreb's Toxic Radiance or the Book of Battle. Both of which I don't think are too exciting right now. Ogreb's does very little in Snake Pit because all the Nagas are resistant to poison. And the Book of Battle, we'd be getting Song of Slaying or, not or, it's and we'd be getting Spectral Weapon. I really like Spectral Weapon, but it's not as good without a polearm. Still is good, but I think I'd still rather just focus on getting Spellforge Servitor up rather than Spectral. You still get a lot of damage with Spectral Weapon, but yeah, it just makes fighting harder because you can't fight with it properly in hallways, which is something you want to do. Alright, and when you're in the Snake Pit, if you have Animate Skeleton, it's really powerful. Your Naga Skeletons, not only are they beefy, but they still constrict stuff. What's here? Ignite Poison. This is interesting. Ignite Poison used to just be a 1 spell win Snake Pit or Spider's Nest. Because it would just hurt everything that was poisonous. So you could actually just spam the spell and everything in here would die. But now you need to actually have poison. So you have to have a poison cloud or the enemy has to be poison. It's really good in combination with Ogrebs. That's something we can consider. Okay, well we've backed ourselves into a corner. That's okay. Make sure to use our regen spell. Get all the Naga skeletons we can. What does our MR look like? I think it's pretty good. Got 3 points. Okay. In here, it's just Potion of Cancellation, which we have 4 of already. So I'm not going to pick that up. Spellcasting to 8. I think we keep going. Having more mana is pretty good. If we want to have Apocalypse mana open, we need to save at least 8 at all times. Because it's quite a pricey ability. Which means, if you think about it, for our spellcasting then, it means we have only 22 mana, which isn't a lot. And then it also gives us more spell levels and less spell hunger. So, it's still good. Plus it does give you, it does help you cast spells. So when you're talking about a 2-spell school, how much spellcasting you have is about half as useful for spell failure as any one individual school. If it's just 1, it's a quarter. If you have 3, it's 2/3 as good. I mean, that's not usually the reason you you train spellcasting, but it's a nice bonus. I'm gonna test 0% chance to get teleport othered by it. That makes me feel good. Yeah, let's find out. No, not that exciting. Power is leaking away. I wish I'd paid attention. If HuWn redirects these guys to bite themselves, do they actually anti-magic themselves? I guess they don't have spells, so it doesn't really matter. But interesting. So snake 1 done. Fortunately, have not seen any shock serpents yet. Probably just jinxed it. I probably should have gone up the stairs immediately against that guy, but then I realized that once I let it get next to us, it could constrict us. The Nagaraj is hasted. I don't want to fight him when he's hasted. I don't really want to fight him when he's just normal, but if he's hasted, he's especially dangerous. Is he resistant to fire? I don't think so. No, he's not. It's just really tanky. There's a shock serpent. Yeah, we're not killing that before it gets to us. Let's just go up. Yeah, let's X this stair up. We don't want to go down there. We do get hungered very quickly by our fireball, by our spells even. You can have a look. It's very hungry causing, but that's not a big deal. You don't need to worry about hunger. Unless you really start completely running out of food, I wouldn't even think about it. It's also always going to be... He's hasted again. I think we just go back upstairs. It's also always going to be the worst and seem like you're getting super hungry and losing all your food in either snake pit or spider's nest, because there are far fewer corpses there. But you're probably fine. Exact same problem again. The shock serpent and the Nagaraja. Do not want. Third stair lucky. Well, if we step on this plate, we're never getting back in again because we can't use digging ones. It's gonna lower some grates. Is there Lee in this game? No LRD. Alright, so I guess that stair doesn't work very well. This is probably the stair where the Nagaraja and the shock serpent came from. New ring of protection. It's +4. Oh man, I really want to have this. Brings our fireball to 9%. It's still kind of okay, I guess. Is it? Yeah, I'd really like to have an extra 4 AC. Brings us up to 31 AC, which is really high considering the light armor that we're wearing and the spells that we're casting. I think I'm gonna drop these scrolls of enchant weapon as well. I can't see us wanting to enchant or to use some other weapon, so I'm gonna do in my auto pickup, turn those off as well. If for some reason, I don't know what we could find, I also don't need League. I don't know, maybe, who knows, but if we want to enchant something, we can always just walk around and pick them all up again. Alright, if you can, you want to kill the shock serpents from range, because when you hit them in melee, alright, there's a Styrian, he's hasted. We really want to get out of this situation. Or maybe we really want to apocalypse it. Let's start heading back to the stairs. We'll see what he summons. The Blizzard Demon. Can shoot lightning bolts. That's not good for us. The freezing clouds we don't care so much about. Okay, we really care about. Turns out we really care about the lightning bolts. Yeah. Okay. Could throw out an apocalypse here, but I feel like we're in a really dangerous spot. The Nagaraja can still hit us with Venom Bolt, Poison Arrow, or Mystic Blast. All those things kind of hurt. The Blizzard Demon again can hit us with Lightning Bolts. And Asterion himself can hit us with Major Destructions as well. So if, probably even just two of them, if they hit us in this turn we would die. If all three, we would definitely die. And while Apocalypse might go some way to killing this stuff, if it doesn't, we're risking death. So I think we just burn another Scroll of Blinking. Is that true? Power Leap might be good enough. Let's see. If I Power Leap to this tile, none of that stuff can see us. Okay, so that's alright. Alright, we're good. Okay, so there's Power Leap. Using Rue's abilities to the fullest. We want our regen spell back on. And I may as well try to get some fireballs off as this guy closes to us. So we got to save a Scroll of Blinking. Alright, so that's a scary floor. Snake 3 is really rough. Snake 2, rather. Guess the plan is to just sort of stick our head down and have a look. Yeah, that's just not a good stare. Could Apocalypse it while we're on full HP. Yeah, let's give it an Apocalypse. Okay, there you go. There's another Nagaraja even. What happened there? Okay, we just failed the spell. There are 3 Nagarajas on this floor. We need to go upstairs. Oh man, we're nearly dying to them. What is going on with Snake 2? Three Nagarajas is something you hope you don't see on Snake 4. What's going on Snake 2? I should have my fireball out. Let's take one up. Okay, we didn't get constricted, which is lucky. Yeah, okay. Those hasted guys are never worth underestimating. Regen again. Okay, he's gone. There he is. Can we get some fireballs? Seems to be a bit of a theme of this floor. The Shock Serpent Nagaraja combo. Well, we got that one. This guy's half dead. I think we can just go fight him. Good. What a rough floor. Alright, we need 8. Okay. And you've seen me do this before, where I find Spectral Weapon and then I switch to a Demon Trident. But I'm not going to do it this time. It's not the case that you always just do stuff like that. So it does cross-train with polearms. So we'd only have to take it to 14. But the thing is, this Lajatang is so good in terms of its resistances that I think it's more important than any extra DPS we get out of Spectral Weapon. Scroll of Requirement. Okay, nothing else here is we are desperate to get. Look at all these books. We are literally a walking library right now. What can we learn? Maybe we should just learn them. Let's learn Orb of Destruction. And then I think the only one we really wanted out of these is Iron Shot. No, that's not true. Summon Mana Viper we also want. Maybe We want ignite poison at some stage. Okay, so there's still a lot of things we want. The better way to do this might be just to drop all these books and then pick up the Book of Power. Book of Alchemy. And I don't know which one has... I'm not sure which one has Summon Mana Viper. It's got to be one of the artifact ones though. We did it first go. Sweet. Alright, so I think we get the Scroll of Requirement. And then I think we want to go armor again. We're not after a weapon. Our saves are pretty good. Okay, so maybe a Staff of Energy gives you hungerless spells, but like I said, not really worried about hunger. And also, when you can't use its channel ability because you sacrificed your evocables, it's not as good. I think our jury is kind of meh, as in our amulet is literally just +4 strength. AC rings are good, but I mean, you could always have an artifact AC ring that also gives you +6 slaying, of course. But I think we just go armor. Our gloves are plain, our boots are plain. Yeah, all that stuff's pretty plain. Alright, let's go armor. Bloodstained helmet. I want to ID it. Arc corrosion, strength -5 in +3. It's unfortunate. The extra int's nice, but we can't give up this much strength. We've already sacrificed 4 strength to Rue, so to lose another 5 means that our armor wouldn't be wearable. So that's no good. Oh well, it happens. I'm pretty comfortable in saying that we're going to be wearing these Swamp Dragon scales for the whole game. So we don't have much reason to carry around a ring of poison resistance. Cool. Onwards. Okay. I was just thinking about whether I wanted to start fireballing just a single Naga. Decided not really. I'll fireball 2 of them. I was thinking about the noise that I get out of just fireballing a Naga doesn't really seem worth it. What's wrong with my animate skeleton? Okay. It's just 4% to fail, just failing it multiple times in a row. As you do. What potions don't we know? /- tells you what you've never seen before. Berserk Rage, Experience, or Haste. I don't really want to waste it if it's Haste or Berserk Rage. So I think we hang on to that one until we get an ID scroll. Alright. Well, we got rid of Snake 2. That was really rough. We hear we feel rather, a wave of frost. 2 magic mapping, that's worth mapping. And we've got a shop floor, which is also pretty nice. A lot of shops in this snake. We've got a lot of RC and Fireball, so Ice Cave is really good for us. Which is probably a good reason for not wanting to make so much noise with Fireball. But we did it. Oh, that's a lot of dudes. Okay, gonna get in this hallway, and he's slowed, so I can put down a Conjure Flame. And then, are they gonna step in it? No? Okay, well that's fine. That lets me just casually walk to the ice cave. We win either way. They either step in it and die, or they don't step in it and then we just walk away. Okay, ice cave. 2 points of RC is plenty. Have another ring, but I think we should be good. Everything in here gets really destroyed by Fireball as well. Although, just a white imp. Not really worth it. Here we go. You guys ready? Ready for some sizzling barbecue? I was asking the simulacra, not you guys, but I guess you might be ready for barbecue too. I'm actually quite hungry. I wish I could have some barbecue right now. There's a wand that we cannot use. What is up with this? Oh, he's an iron troll, so he's really strong. Still susceptible to fire, but yeah, just... that was a lot of fireballs. These guys are slow as well. They're still, even though they're made of ice, they're still zombies. So you can just walk away from them if they're 10 speed. Ice devils, I don't think they're susceptible. They are. Huh. That's alright. Elijah Tang's also fire. It's pretty much the perfect ice cave character. That's a gold dragon simulacra. That's why you should look at them before you just charge in and start hitting them with your melee weapon. Gold dragon simulacra, and no joke, hit really hard and do a lot of cold damage, even if you have a lot of RC. He's also an iron troll, but seemed much weaker. Went to level 19. Of course, we can only get to 25 this game. Okay. Scroll teleport. It's a very, very worthwhile ice cave so far. Okay. These guys are not susceptible, but they are. Is everything ice just susceptible to fire? I mean, I guess it makes sense. Also, I like how he got paralyzed. Get wrecked, ice statue. Thank you, Ru. Get a skeleton with us. That's a lot of stuff. How dumb is it all? Probably pretty dumb. It's all mostly zombies. Let's play a game. It's called Walk Through the Fire. You're too smart for that game. But are you really smart? Because then you just die sitting there. I didn't see our boss. I think this floor is usually always a fiend though. Fiend floor? Staff of Cold. Well, when the fact that we recognize it suggests that there's a Staff of Cold somewhere else. Also, let's not fight all that stuff with the fiend visible like that. You can put down a cloud like this, so if it's dumb, no, it wasn't. There's a fiend. Okay, marked as red. Fiends should terrify you. They have torment, which halves your HP, and also their bolt of colds really hurt. What's really good against fiends, though? Also, I'm just thinking if I want to might. We don't know haste yet, so it would just be might. But anyway, what's really good against fiends is the trusty throwing net. Even with 0 throwing skill, we have 1, so I can't demonstrate the 0 throwing skill net. Has to be a 1 skill throwing net. Quiver those bad boys with Shift Q, and then throw them. Okay, he's not confused, or is he? Did Ru confuse him? No, he's just entangled in the net. Okay. Could might here. We have another throwing net if he breaks out, and we also have Apocalypse, so I think we probably don't need might. But still, let's take this slowly. Fiends can still choose to use their spells, so can still torment you while netted, but my experience is that most of the time they'll waste their turns just struggling against the net. Although that one was a ball to cold, and then the others have just been struggling. Okay, cool. And because it didn't break out, we even got our net back. Super balanced. Throwing nets for the win. Pick up your throwing nets. I can't say it enough. Pick up your throwing nets, you idiot. Every time I go into a game and I see someone not pick up their throwing nets, I just want to throw a net at them. I'm not sure where I was going with that. Book of Unlife. We're not doing that this game. Book of Enchantments? I'll carry that out. It has not Discord. I mean, it does have Discord, but that's not what I was thinking of. It has Deflect Missiles and Silence. 2 scrolls that I like. Gloves of Strength. Well, that's very handy. Does that allow us to wear that helmet? No. It kind of does. With -5 strength, we'd go to 9, which means our armor is 7? Yep. It's probably not really worth it. The little bit of extra int, maybe it is. We can see when we get out of here. So that was, I mean, the gloves of strength are nice, but that's still kind of an underwhelming ice cave. Let's put our protection ring back on. And right, we've got all this stuff in here. I don't really want to start backing up into these other rooms because they're unexplored. And we can't dig, so there will be no kill hole in this game. I was tempted there just to throw an apocalypse out, but there's probably not enough dudes. Not enough scary dudes is a better way to say it. Most of them are just plain nuggers. Alright, sweet, we get a whole army. We only got 3. So much for a whole army. Alright, here they come. Did not get to put, oh, there we go. Get to put the Conjure Flame down. These guys will walk in it. Want to get my regen up. Armor to 11. We keep going with armor. Our armor's not a bad one, so we get good AC, but it also helps us with casting. Okay, and where's that helmet? Let's see. So if we look at our spells, let's take Fireball. It's at 7% right now. If we put this helmet on, it will go to still 7%, and our strength goes to 9. It's the Pharaoh helmet. Why didn't we get the Pharaoh helmet in our mummy game? What did that do for Orb? Orb's 83, and with this helmet it's 82. So you see, it actually, the helmet gives us plus int, but it actually hurts our spell casting, because when you lose strength with your armor, it makes you worse at casting. It's kind of funny. We're getting 2 extra AC for it, and RC. Sorry, our corrosion. But also we're nerfing our melee damage somewhat as well, because strength gives you stronger attacks. I don't know. I like the look of the Pharaoh helmet. I don't know, it's hard. It's hard. I think we don't do it though. -5 strength just to get 3 int and our corrosion. I guess also 2 AC. I don't know. I'll carry it with me and remain undecided. I mean, we're not really hurting for AC. 30 AC is very good. You're not gonna come in the fire? My skeleton will. Well, it's not. Okay, you will. He went through the fire. Through the fire and the flames. He will go on. Doo 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 doo. Just a little bit of Dragon Force there. Okay, shops. Maybe this will. No. Does identify. Is that an artifact amulet? No. Okay, I'm just gonna try it on. Not that one. Could be draining. It's rage. Can't even use it. Alright, I want this identify so we can do the potion we have. Berserk Rage. Yeah, okay, that's worth having. Have a runed helmet. Bronze scale mail. So it's an artifact scale mail. Oh, let's check this other shop first. Okay, never mind. It's an evocable shop. I don't really like scale mail very much, although when it's an artifact, I mean, it could be really good. An artifact plate armor is too heavy to be of use to this character. I would like to try the runed helmet though. Could be +2 with, I don't know, plus int would be good. Okay, called it. Alright, well that solves our helmet dilemma because it's giving us the same AC and the same int, but without the strength -5. Okay, well I'm glad that happened. I would have been very restless trying to sleep tonight. Which helmet do I wear? Which helmet? We're about to get blinked on. So going for a bit of a next level play here. Maybe he won't do it, but I was figuring he's going to encircle allies on me. His allies, so I may as well just surround myself in fire. But then he didn't do it, so maybe he's too clever and he figures out that it would be dangerous for his allies to do that. I'm getting kind of outplayed here though, because he's not affected by the fire and I'm out of mana and he can hit me from range with a glaive. So I think we just take a turn of stepping in the fire ourselves and then force him to come to us. That's pretty funny. Damn. I wish that had worked. The fire play there. 2 Nugget sharpshooters. Let's at least cast regen. That's all good. We have 32 AC. Shouldn't get cocky though. Alright, snake 3 done. On to snake 4. We got a plane going. Let's just eat. It's a very loud plane. It's here to send us off because we're gonna stop this episode here. And if you join me in the next one, we'll be doing our snake 4. Try to get our second rune, and then heading into either Vaults or Elf. Not sure which. We'll see. Bye.